hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ash, the Dominican Healer, and I didn't want to end this month without doing some type of love reading. I know a lot of people are not a fan of love readings. I'm not really a fan of love readings. I love love readings when it's like this, when it's about healing, when it's about our own personal blockages and struggles versus a love reading where it's like, is my man cheating on me? Is she lying to me? Is there portrayal? That I'm not a fan of. One, because I'm never going to get a true, clear image of what the other partner is doing or what they think because I don't have their consent. And that is how my spirits work. Like, if I don't have the consent to read for somebody else, it's just not going to come through as clear. There may be some things that their spirits are okay with me sharing, and that is what I'm sharing. But on the deeper level, I'm like, I'm not penetrating their soul and seeing deeper without their consent. So, I didn't want to end February without doing some type of love reading. So, this reading is the truth of what your heart needs. And I had wrote 4 questions that I'm gonna focus on for this reading. So it's one is, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode currently impacting my heart and love life? What kind of love does my nervous system and spirit need right now? What is spirit asking me to honor, release, or protect in love this February? And then the last is going to be a simple yes or no question. So I'm just going to tell you yes or no. You use your discernment as always. As always, these pick a card readings are not for you to get new information. If you want new information, that would be a one-on-one reading. But since this is a general reading for the collective, take what resonates and leave the rest. Use these readings as confirmation. Use these readings as affirmations. Do not use it as a place where you decide to do things with your life. No, that's not what these readings are for. These readings are to ground you. These readings are to validate you. These readings are to affirm you, and use these pick a card readings in that way. All right, so let's go into the piles. So group number 1, you have honey calcite. Group number 2, I forgot what this called. It's like a firestone something. I'll put it in the description box. I think it's fire quartz. It's fire quartz. It's fire quartz. And then I have fluorite. Fluorite? Yeah, fluorite. For group number 3. There goes my cat asking for attention. Ignore him. He already got played with. He got fed. We do everything with him. He has a wheel. He is spoiled, so please do not worry about him. But let's jump into your reading. So go ahead and jump to your pile if you already know which stone, which card is for you. All right, group number 1, welcome to your reading, the truth your heart needs to hear right now reading. So the first card that you got is this kin card, and this is from the Wandering Heart deck that I'm using. I've really been enjoying this deck. But so when we're thinking about these questions, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode currently impacting your heart and your love life? For this card, I'm sensing you don't trust people. You have a really hard time trusting people. You have a really hard time being vulnerable with others, and that's okay. But that is how survival mode and stress is impacting your love life. It's causing you not to trust people. It's causing you not to feel like you can lean on others, and that is creating the blockage there. Now, there's 2 things that I feel with this card and with this question. It's hard being in survival mode. Survival mode is not easy. And For a lot of people, people have been in survival mode for a long time for multiple reasons, right? Society, the economy, trauma, different things have kept us in fight or flight. And when you're in fight or flight, you are constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're waiting for the person to mess up. You're waiting for there to be betrayal. And when it comes to love, love requires an openness and a vulnerability that is scary. And when you're already scared, it's hard for you to get to that open heart space. And that is normal and natural. However, that is creating a blockage for you. So, what I'm feeling with this question, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode currently impacting your heart and your love life? I'm like, first, what we have to do is allow yourself to start leaning and opening up to other people. The kin card is all about community. It's all about a village. It takes a village to survive this shit. To be frank, it takes a village to survive this motherfucking shit. And that is in love, that is on every aspect. And if you want to remove that blockage, if you want to move out of mental survival mode, because you can be, in between blessings. Things can be financially challenging right now, and that is what's causing pressure and in that survival mode. You can have those things happening because life is constantly happening, and not mentally and emotionally be in survival mode, if that makes sense. You can be in that state but still have an immense amount of trust and also such a strong support system that if you were to fall, because a lot of times survival mode is like either you already fell and you're trying to crawl your way out, or you're on the edge of falling. But when you have a strong support system, when you have people around you that you're like, okay, if I fall, my community is going to come through. If I'm climbing out of this hole, I know that my community is helping pull me out. And even if it doesn't happen quickly, even if it doesn't happen exactly as I asked or how I want it to look, I know it is going to happen. And just that certainty shifts your whole mindset, shifts your whole perception of everything. It takes you from a place of despair into a place of empowerment. And when it comes to you and your heart and your love, in order for you to have that heart opening, that road being opened for love to come into your life, it's recognizing I can't be walking around like a Scorpio, suspicious of everybody. Okay? And this is speaking for somebody who's a Scorpio moon in the 7th house. I am very suspicious of everybody. Everybody's sus. And that comes from trauma, that comes from life experiences. However, being crawled up, like Spirit is also saying Cancer, so maybe you're a Cancer. But being like that tensed up and holding everything in and like that fear in that shell, yeah, it's going to keep away all the bad eggs, but it's also going to keep away all the good eggs. And you want the good eggs to be able to enter your life. So let's go to the second question. What kind of love does my nervous system and spirit need right now? Let's see. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it one more time, but I think these cards really affirm what I've already said. Okay. Oh, one last one. Hey, baby. Okay. Yo. Okay, let's look at these cards. I think this was okay. So you have stand your ground, heartache and loss, suffering and silence, partnerships and alliances, foundation, and achievements. This is my favorite deck. If you've ever gotten a one-on-one reading with me, you know that I use this deck often in my readings. It's an oracle deck, but it coincides with the tarot deck, which I also love. And what I love about this deck is because it puts oracle and tarot together, and I love both. They're both really powerful tools. Anyways, so I mean, I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. Like, you need to believe in yourself, stand your ground. You need to heal heartbreak and loss of the past, the ways that you felt like you were suffering by yourself, and that you don't have to suffer by yourself, that you can reach out to your support system, and that is the foundation that you need. So when it comes to the question, what kind of love does my nervous system and spirit need right now? The kind of love that your nervous system and spirit needs right now is one that feels like you're not alone. And that love doesn't only need to be found in romantic relationships. And for somebody in this group, I'm feeling like you need to hit up your friends. And even if it's like, I feel like somebody in this group, you've been isolating for a long time because you've been going through it. And your friends don't know what's up with you, but they already know you. They know that when things are rough, you kind of isolate. And they're just waiting for that text. And so go ahead and text your best friend and tell them, listen, this is what I've been going through. I'm the type of person, you already know me, I'm the type of person where I like to be alone. I don't like to be in people's business, especially when I'm like crabbed up and tense. Even right now, I'm like feeling that deep breath of release. It is going to feel so good when you allow yourself to trust that you can lean on your friends. This low-key might be my deck, my group. It is going to feel so good when you allow yourself to bring that wall down. Yes, the stand your ground is saying for you to stand up for what you need and what you want. However, this is the seven, I believe this is the 7 of Wands. I believe, don't quote me. I think it is the 7 of Wands. Yeah, it is. It's the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is all about, like, you feel like you're in defense. You feel like you're fighting against other people. You feel like people are out to get you. You feel like you are fighting for your life right now. And then with the 3 of Cups, no, this is the 3 of Swords. And then the 9 of Swords. This is pain. This is anxiety. This is grieving. This is... I expected people almost to read your mind a little bit. This is also like, I feel like with your nervous system and what you've been asking for when it comes to the love department is, it's like you want a partner that can read your mind. And on some aspects, right? Like when you have that connection, when you've built that relationship with your partner, they kind of can, right? Like they can anticipate some of your needs, because when you love someone, you know what they need in order to feel safe. You know what they need in order for them to feel good. And so you're not crazy for being like, I want somebody that can anticipate my needs. However, your partner's not going to anticipate every need. Your friends are not going to anticipate every need. Okay? You have to communicate. And specifically the suffering in silence is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords in tarot is like, I think the image of the card is like you're in bed and there's the swords on top of you. But it always gives me like you're living a nightmare. Like it feels like you're living your nightmare. And it almost what Spirit is actually telling me right now is that when it comes to the love romantic relationship aspect, it feels like the romance field feels like a living nightmare for you. Like the dating pool feels like a living nightmare for you right now. People are wilding out. Relationships is looking real bleak. And that is clouding you. That is again feeding into this like, I don't trust people. People are weird. If you date men, sorry if you don't, but I know people that date men, and the dating pool is a nightmare. But I think it's a nightmare everywhere. I think people have, especially the past 5 years, 6 years, with the pandemic, the economy, losing a job, all those things, people are not well because people are grieving and refusing to grieve at the same time. People are rediscovering a new future for themselves, and they have to say goodbye to an old version of themselves and an old image of what the future is. We are in a liminal space. We are in a space where it's like we have 1 foot in, 1 foot out for all different timelines. And Spirit is asking all of us in different ways to commit to a version of the future that we want, to ask for it, to will it, to visualize it, and it will be. I think so often, even with my one-on-one clients, people meet with me and they're like, oh, what's my future? And I'm like, baby girl, your future could be anything, because that's just the space we're in. Yes, there are some things that people can predict, but I honestly feel like we're in a liminal space where it's like, actually, you get to choose your future. And that is the lesson and the purpose of being here. It's the power, the excitement, the pleasure that comes from desire and not from obedience. And this like relationship we have of obedience and punishment, I think so many people feel lost and feel as if I'm not living in my purpose, I'm not in alignment when things are hard. And it's like, it's not that you're not in your purpose, and it's not that you're not in alignment. This isn't a punishment. Is that this hardship, these challenges are to help you get more clear about what you desire in this lifetime, because you get to choose the life you want to live. And coming back, I feel like I'm on a tangent, but coming back to your reading and asking what kind of love does your nervous system and spirit need right now, it is about you choosing support. It is about you choosing to communicate and express how you feel, and trusting that through that communication, your needs will be met. Through that communication, you will find the partnership and alliance, and you will get the foundation and achievements. And this is the Four of Wands in Tarot. And the Four of Wands in Tarot is about marriage and union. It's about having that strong foundation so that nothing will have you crumble. And for you, that is what your nervous system needs. Your nervous system needs to know that it can trust you to ensure that the needs are being met. That it can trust you to reach out to whoever it is you need to reach out to let them know, hey, I am struggling, and I know that there's a lot out of my control, and there's a lot out of anybody else's control, right? Like, I feel like there's somebody in this group is going through a situation where they don't necessarily have control over a specific outcome, and they're kind of like a sitting duck, and you're just waiting. And you know that there isn't necessarily anything that anybody can do to help the situation. However, simply by speaking on it, simply by sharing that you're struggling, maybe somebody can't, I don't know, like get you a job right now. Like, the job market sucks. Maybe somebody can't open that door for you yet. But maybe they can take you out for coffee. Maybe they can take you out for tea. Maybe y'all can go to the movies. And that in itself helps release that pressure within you. Okay, let's go on to the third question. What is Spirit asking you to honor, release, or protect and love this February? And I had put these questions out earlier in the month, but life be happening. And I want you to not think about just February. I want you to think about, what is Spirit asking you to honor, release, or protect in love this year? You have the Six of Wands, victory and success. Fulfillment of wishes, Nine of Cups. Man, you getting all the good cards. I honestly feel like what Spirit is asking you to honor in love is that you will find love. This feels like a group where maybe you've been questioning it. Am I going to find love? Is love even possible for me? And they're like, yes, it is. The love that you've been asking for is possible for you. You do not need to settle or change. You know, like I feel like sometimes, and everybody's journey to love is different, right? Sometimes there are some people where it's like the lesson for you is that you are going to have to, I wouldn't say lower your standards, but to have a little more grace with others and whatever it is. For some people, that's what it is. For other people, that's not what it is. And for you, it is not that at all. You do not need to lower your expectations. You do not need to do any of that. The love that you're looking for is coming. The love that you want is coming. The person that you are meant to be with, or persons, whatever rocks your boat, whatever's your style, is available for you and ready. However, you need to communicate and learn how to communicate your needs and wants, because that's the only way that your needs are going to be met. And with this victory and success, fulfillment of wishes, this is Six of Wands. This is Nine of Cups. This is what I ask for, I get. This is what I pray for, I receive. And so trust that. Mira. And love begins. Hello. Hello. I cannot even make this up. I was just thinking, I didn't prepare for the yes or no question. So I'm here thinking, like, what am I going to use for the yes or no? Is it going to be a question? I know what I'm going to use, actually. So I have these Cori shells that I use on my altar to communicate with my ancestors, and they were like, use me. So I'm going to use this shell. If it is up, that's yes. If it is down, that's no. I'm only going to use one of them. I'm not going to use all four of them because they were like, girl, don't be exposing everything. So I want you to take a minute to think about your question. I don't know if you can see it on camera, can you? Yeah. It is a yes. So whatever it is, yes, use your discernment. Don't go off hearing DK, oh, Ash said yes in the pick a card, so let me go spend $1 million. Like, let's be smart. Let's use our common sense, okay? Let this affirm a yes you already felt in your gut and not a yes you've been questioning. Okay, so if you love this reading, go ahead and like, comment, let me know if you like this reading. I'm trying to do more pick a card readings. These really bring me joy. A bitch just be busy, but we're trying to make more room for joy, and this brings me joy. And subscribe if you aren't a subscriber already. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy March tomorrow. Share this video if you enjoyed it. Take care. Be safe. Mwah. Welcome, group 2, to your pick a card reading. This is the truth your heart needs to hear right now, and we're going to begin with the first question. So the first question is, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode currently impacting your heart and your love life? And I am using the Wandering Heart Oracle deck. I love this deck. This deck has been really beautiful, and the way that the writer wrote her descriptions for the cards is just Lovely. So when it comes to the first question, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode impacting your heart and your love life? You got tension. What you tense about? And it says the longer you hold on, the heavier it is to carry. Impatience, disconnection. Unfortunately for your ego, your plans have been delayed. But fortunately for you, you have more time to balance your responsibility. Your mind is open, your vision is immeasurable. It is okay to crave a bright life, but there will always be friction in the air if you do not learn how to release your insulting surveillance over the flow. Yeah. So it's very similar to group 1 where I feel like you being in survival mode is causing you to feel so tensed up that you're like, this is exactly how spirit just showed it to me right now. You're like, I'm doing it right, I'm doing this, I'm going to therapy, I'm doing this, I'm focusing on my job, I'm doing this, I'm getting money, I'm doing this, I'm healing, I'm doing this. Where is the love? Where is the partner that I've been asking for? God, why are you taking so long? And it is because you are like anxiously waiting, and like it almost was like you're micromanaging. Like the image that spirit just showed me was like somebody looking over your shoulder like and they're like, you need to relax. You're trying to control how love will find you, and in a way it's almost like it's going to find you when it's time, and you really need to trust that. And the minute that, for lack of a better word, the minute that you stop being desperate, the minute that you release your hand, because the way spirit is showing me is like you have a hand on it and you're like, I'm not letting go. The minute that you, and that is so funny because fire quartz helps with anxiety and panic. The minute that you release that grip on how your love life is supposed to show up for you, that is when the love of your life is going to show up. And, I'm open to people having this reading, whether they're monogamous or polyamorous or what, or anything in between there. So it could be the love of your life, it could be the loves of your life. And for you, it's like the minute that you stop controlling how it's supposed to show up, the minute that you stop anxiously waiting for it to show up, is when it's going to show up. Spirit's been telling you to focus on other things, not because that is more important, but it's because of your distraction and your grip from it that is going to open the door, and it's going to remove the block, and then it's going to allow that love of your life to come in. This isn't a part of the questions, but this is a question to you. I think a question to you that you should have with yourself, to journal, talk to your therapist about, is why do I need and want a partnership so bad? What was missing and what is currently missing that I feel like a partner is going to fulfill? Sit with that. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting a partner. Like, we are social creatures. We are meant to be in community and in partnership with others. That is a very biological need, not just a social, like not just something that, you were taught. No. The drive comes from a biological sense, but I also feel like for this group, the drive is also coming from a sense of something missing, and you feel as though a partner is going to fulfill that. And I hate to be that person, but Spirit is also saying a partner is meant to add to a life already filled. So how, you know what I mean? You don't want a partner where it's like you need them in your life because you're missing this big thing, and now they're coming into your life with this responsibility and this heaviness around needing to be your happiness, You don't want that. And you don't want your partner to come with you also with that energy. You don't want a person to, need you so badly in their life because everything else, they don't have a grip on anything else in their life. And so Spirit is like, the delay has been, and the tension you feel and the pressure you feel is to release it. It's to, I don't know why this is coming up, but Spirit just, I feel like there's somebody in this group that's like, yeah, but if I had a man, my bills would get paid more. You know, like, it would relieve like a financial pressure to it. And that is true. And that is true. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. That is very much true. But there's something more beyond that that's also causing that kind of desperation. And I want you to really sit with yourself and be honest and explore that. They're like the money aspect, if that is what it is for you. Yes, it's the money aspect, but it's also, you may have had a childhood where people didn't take care of you, where you were neglected. And now you're trying to fulfill that through a partnership. And they're like, actually, what your inner child needs is not the love, support, and care that you get from a partner, which is valid, but it's the love, support, and care that you get from yourself. Because they're like, the neglect you're still feeling as an adult is because you're neglecting yourself now. You're another adult. Damn, why are they coming at you? I'm so sorry. But they're like, you're another adult that has left you behind. So stop leaving yourself behind. Start taking care of you. Start loving you. Start giving yourself the attention that you are so desperately trying to seek from another partner. I don't know who it is in this group. I think it's just because they're pulling onto my childhood, but they're like that Hello Kitty, you know, like the Hello Kitty toys and the flowers and the things that you are every Valentine's Day, you're like, damn, I wish I had a partner that would get me that. Go get it for yourself. Go tell your inner child that you will not neglect your needs. That if no matter what happens, whether you get with somebody or not, you'll be okay because you got you and you will always take care of you. Give yourself what you are so desperately seeking from other people, and that will open the door to the true love that you are seeking. Take a deep breath. I'm so sorry. I don't know why they're coming at you like this, but I can't sit here and try to sugarcoat the message either because I feel like it needed to be delivered in this way. All right, so what kind of love does your nervous system and spirit need right now? I mean, I feel like I already kind of touched on that, but let's see. You know what it is? Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know why my ass is doing a pick a card during Mercury retrograde, but we're here. And my Mercury is in Pisces. So normally the way I communicate is very loving. And I feel like with it in retrograde, they're like, let's sharpen this tongue up a little bit. All right, pile 2. What kind of love does your nervous system and spirit need right now? It begins with you. It begins with an inner transformation where you are no longer waiting for things outside of you to satisfy your needs and wants. You're no longer waiting for that partner. Like, I'm also hearing like, it's like, oh, you always wanted to go to Puerto Rico, but you're waiting to do it with a partner. Oh, I always wanted that ring, but I want my partner to give it to me. Oh, I always wanted to have flowers in my house every week, but I'm waiting for that partner to do that for me. I hope this reading is a catalyst for major change in your life and a reflection of things you've already known about yourself that needs to change. I pray that this reading kind of pushes you to shift and put yourself at the center of your life and not a love in a romantic sense, because the love that they want you to center is the love for yourself, and that is what your nervous system needs in order to feel ease, in order for it to feel at peace with the rest and rejuvenate. The temptation and deception and envy. Temptation, so I didn't even say that for this group, but so this deck is the psychic. This deck is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and the cards coincide with the tarot deck. So the Temptation card is the Devil card in tarot, and the Deception and Envy is the Seven of Swords in tarot. And when I see the Devil card, I always think about how we betray ourselves. How we're the ones that are keeping ourselves tethered to the things that hold us back from being our fullest expression of ourselves. And with you, that's what I'm saying. It's what is holding you back from being your full expression of yourself. And with the deception and envy, I'm like, it's how you betray yourself. It's how you compare yourself to others. It's how you have been choosing. And this is the card on the bottom, which is kind of informing what I'm feeling right now. It's how you have been choosing to neglect and to leave yourself behind. Damn, your spirits are not playing. But it feels like this is such a necessary message for you. And again, I pray it is a catalyst for major change in your life and freedom. Because the Devil card talks about being caged. And I feel like you have been caged by this idea that you cannot nurture and give to yourself the same way, if not more, than a partner could. This idea that you need a partner to live fully has kept you in a cage. This idea that you need a partner to be free is actually keeping you in a cage because you can free yourself. And use your discernment, right? Like, maybe, you don't have to accept this as your truth, but use this to just start critically thinking about what is the belief you have around love that is keeping you from it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. What is Spirit asking you to honor, release, or protect in love this February? Now, I had wrote these questions on like the beginning of February, but life was lifing. So it is February 28th now, and I'm doing the reading now. Period. I mean, the cards are so self-explanatory. Like, Emira, movement, choices, and decisions again. We have patience. We have hope. We have movement, choices, and decisions. And it feels similar to group one. So if you felt pulled to group one, you want something a little lighter, because this one feels a little heavy. But if you felt pulled to group one, I invite you to go listen to that group as well. But they're saying that what they want you to honor, really this is about honoring. They want you to honor the road, the path, the journey to love. They want you to honor your growth and your path and your journey to love. And they're like, and this is about self-love. You need to have patience and trust that the love that you are seeking and looking for is coming. But it's not going to come with you having this grip hand over how it's supposed to come, how it's supposed to look. It's going to come once you release and trust that the love you're looking for is coming, period. And that the love that I need to focus on is the love that I have for myself. Now we're going to go into the yes or no question portion. Just take a moment to think of a yes or no question. I'm going to use this shell for yes or no. If it's upright, it means yes. If it's down, that means no. Now, like I said with the other group, right? Don't let this affirm something wild. Use your discernment. And yeah, use your discernment. Use this to affirm a yes you already know or a no you already know. It's a no. All right, love. Thank you so much for watching this video. I ask that you take care of yourself after this message. But if this message activated you, gave you some inspiration, affirmed you in any way, please like, comment below, and share this video. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for trusting me to hold this space for you. Take care. Be safe. Mwah. Group 2 is a little heavy, and I just feel like group 3 is about to be heavy too. So welcome to the ride. Welcome to the reading. So the first question that we have is, how is pressure, stress, or survival mode currently impacting your heart and your love life? And we're going to start with the first card. And that card is from the Wandering Heart Oracle deck. I really love this deck. And the card is Mourning. And it says, the grief will haunt you if you don't make friends with it. You are in the process of removing your attachment to what is no longer. You have optimism about the future. You understand that in order to grow, you can't obsess over the illusions you were married to. You've had time to sit and think. Now it's time to take the step to actively heal. Now is the time to learn how to smile again. For this group, the pressure, the stress, survival mode that is impacting your love life is your past, an ex, a love that you thought was supposed to be forever, and you are still mourning that future. Oof, I'm getting emotional. You thought that you were gonna have forever with this person. You really thought that you were gonna have forever with this person. And it didn't work out. And you're still holding on. This is a very, very painful goodbye. And what Spirit is saying, they're like, you can still be in the process, but know that the reason why it's taking a while for new love to come is because you haven't fully said goodbye. And that is okay. And there is no rush. But they're like, that is what's blocking it. You haven't fully said goodbye. And it doesn't have to be the person, right? Because you can be like, no, fuck that person. I'm done with that person. But you haven't fully said goodbye to the version of you that was in that relationship. You haven't allowed that love and heartbreak to transform you yet. You're still in the process of it. You haven't said goodbye to that future that you envisioned with that person. There's a part of you that is still holding on to that. And Spirit is saying, when you're ready, you can say goodbye. You will say goodbye. And that will open the door. And that will open the road. I feel like there's someone also in this group that is not just about an ex, but this is about a love that you thought was for you, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, the way that Spirit is showing it to me right now, it's almost like you had an idea of what love was supposed to look like, and what love should have been for you, and you're starting to learn parts of you that no longer resonates with that version of what love was, and you're having a hard time letting that go. This can be somebody, I don't know, like, this, I'm hoping that this is for a lot of people, but for whatever reason, they're like, this can be somebody that either they're recognizing that maybe you're polyamorous and you aren't someone that can just be with one partner. Maybe you're recognizing that, I don't know, who you thought the type of person that you would be with. Like, you thought that you would be with like this, I don't know, model type of person, but you're recognizing that that's not even what fulfills you anymore. It just feels like for this group, there's an old version of what love is and the possibility of it, and the pressure to achieve that version that you have been asked for a while to let go of. And by you not letting go of it, it is creating that energetic block and stopping you from finding that love. Let's go into the second question. What kind of love does my nervous system and spirit need right now? Someone's father's coming through. What the hell? Because I'm like, this isn't that type of reading, but hello, Dad. Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm like, this morning card feels like someone lost their partner. It feels like someone physically lost their partner, not just on a we broke up, but like this person transitioned. And that's what it felt so heavy. I'm like, bro, like I'm not bugging out right now. So there's like spirits coming through. This is the first and only pile in this reading where I felt physical spirits come through, and I'm feeling a father, and I'm feeling like there's someone in this group where their father passed away, and that was like the love that you aspired to have, and that love that you're kind of looking for when you're looking for a partner is that connection you had with your father when he was alive. And then there's someone in this group that also lost a partner, and I'm feeling like they're saying it's okay for you to find love again. They're blessing it. If that resonated, please let me know in the comments. But I just feel that so strongly. And then with the memories of love, I'm like, third eye, come on. Yeah. There's people in the group where you didn't just lose people, like just a breakup. This was, they're not here no more. And what your nervous system needed to hear right now is that for the person who lost their partner, they're like, I don't know who this is, but they're just like, yeah, maybe when I was alive, I would have said that I don't want you to be with nobody else, but I want you to be happy. And for the father, they're saying, I will let you know if this is the one. So trust that. I have not left your side, and I will let you know if this is the one. So look for signs and let that be an affirmation. And for those who are like, I didn't lose nobody. Just hold on. The message will come. Okay, we're going to just stay there. So this deck is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. It's my favorite deck to use. If you've ever worked with me one-on-one, you know that I pull it at least once or during the reading. Okay. I'm going to keep these three together like this. And I'm going to put you here. Because they're like, the minute that you heal the past, I'm pretty sure this is the, what's it called? The World card in Tarot. The minute that you complete this connection to the past, the minute that you let that go, that is when you'll start getting fulfillment. Honestly, this is how I'm feeling it. Yep. They're like this past and this mental anguish, it's keeping you from the material harvest. And once you can release these two, things will start to move fast. The question was, what kind of love does your nervous system and spirit need right now? And you need security. This is the Nine of Pentacles in Tarot. This is abundance. This is feeling like you have enough. And on a spiritual level, I'm feeling two messages with this group. But it's like on a spiritual level, you do have enough. You are loved. You are protected. You are held. Held is the word that they want to emphasize. You are held right now. Look at these hands holding that candle. You are held. And you have to trust us. This mental conflict, trapped in fear, conflict and defeat. This is the heart space. This is the mental. Your heart needs to release. And your mind needs to like what they're showing me is like there's a binding on your mind. Not like a curse or anything like that. But like the way they're showing it to me is like there's a binding. There's a looping. There's a looping on your mind that is keeping you trapped in fear of what could be, of what could be, what, you know, will I get hurt again? And your nervous system is like, we need to go to a place where we can trust that we are held and that what happened in the past will not happen again. What happened in the past will not happen again. I need you to tell yourself that. When it comes to love, we are in an era of harvest. When it comes to love, we are in an era of harvest. We are in a phase of harvest. We can harvest and enjoy and savor the love that surrounds us spiritually, emotionally, physically. They're like, you have friends, you have family that surround you. You have a lot of love in your life. And that is what your nervous system needs you to focus on. You have a lot of love in your life. And once you're able to focus in on that love, that is when things will start moving quicker. And if you are seeking for a new partner, that is when they will come in. What is Spirit asking you to honor, release, or protect and love this February? For the person who father and past partner came up, I want you to light a candle for them. I want that candle for you to set an intention that candle is lifting them up and giving their light. And then say what you gotta say to them. Whether that's a thank you, whether that's a love you, whatever it is. Light that white candle and speak to them directly. Honor them in that way. It's so funny. I feel like every group is getting the same message for what they're asking to release in love. It's trust, like leaning into trust, leaning into destiny, leaning into the fact that you know love will come. There's not one person in this reading where I feel that you need to, change your, like, how you, the expectations you have for love. I don't see anyone needing to do that at all. Okay, that was too many cards, Spirit. I'm going to hold on to this heartache and loss as just affirming what I was saying before. One more card, Spirit. What? Okay, thank you. Hope. Destiny, spiritual strength, and hope. This is the Nine of Wands in Tarot. And the Nine of Wands in Tarot is like you're protecting yourself to heal. And what I'm feeling from Spirit is I don't think this pile, you're in a place of, you know how I had said, like, in the beginning, I think, I had said something around, like, you don't need to rush this mourning. You don't need to rush this grieving you're going through. But once you are ready and once you say goodbye, once you say you're ready to move forward, then that's when things will start moving quickly. But the spiritual strength as a Nine of Wands card, it's like you can have, in the traditional tarot deck, the Nine of Wands is like you see like they made a fence and they're injured and they're hiding behind that fence because they're taking care of themselves. They're resting. They are gathering their spiritual strength. They are gathering their tools that they need in order to come out of this. I'm like, with this Nine of Wands, they're like, take care of yourself right now and truly take care of yourself, because I feel like you have moved forward in life, right? Like life goes whether you process or not. Life is going to go on. But I don't feel like you've truly let yourself sit with the pain. Whether that's the pain of people that you've lost, people that have transitioned, or the pain of the version of you and the version of the future you had with the ex that is keeping you from having that love come in. So, Spirit is asking you to protect yourself as you heal. Light, this is the Star card in Tarot. This light, this hope, this optimism, this fearlessness will come. This love that you're looking for will come. That's not even a question. And I said that with the other two piles. But like the love that you are seeking, the love that you are asking for, is not even a question if it's coming or not. It is coming. It's a question of when. And right now, Spirit is like, focus on your healing. Focus on releasing the past. Focus on tending to yourself. And focus on that reflection part. I feel like you haven't given yourself a chance to truly sit and, like, if it's an ex, writing a goodbye letter. If it's an ex and you still have their shit in your house, figuring out what I'm going to do with their shit in my house. All right. So I'm going to go into the yes or no part. I'm going to use a Aquarius shell. If it is upright, that means yes. If it is reversed, that means no. Do not use this to affirm some wild shit. Have discernment. Let this affirm a yes you already have a yes to. Let this affirm a no that you already know is supposed to be a no. Take a moment to reflect on that yes or no question. I just want to say thank you so much for trusting me to channel a message today. If this message resonated, please like and comment below. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Alright. So it is a no. It is a no for now. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. Be safe. I send you all of my love. Bye for now.